Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Etc. and I'm here today to bring the review for Tenmaku Cinema Manga Chapter 21. So I didn't know until I read the chapter, obviously. See at the very end, it says the end. So you know what that means. Got axed, it got axed, it got scrapped, it got cancelled, whichever way you want to phrase it. In my personal phrasing of it, it didn't pass probation. Didn't pass probation. The problem is, I'm guessing I haven't seen no official facts or figures or anything like that, but it's safe to assume, wasn't popular enough, wasn't getting the ratings, so therefore they was asked to cancel it, right off, end it off. However, I do feel like because this will now be the third series I have read that has got cancelled, before it could actually even start. Out of these three that I've read, this one, Tenmaku Cinema, has a very good ending. Like, even though it is rushed, it doesn't feel excessively rushed. It could very easily be disguised as like, yeah, I intended it to be this long from the very start kind of thing. But yeah, so that's a good thing for it, I guess. So let's just talk about the chapter. So obviously we had this chapter, we was in the middle of this competition, we was waiting to see how it go down, So the first thing that I noticed and I want to talk about is how I've been talking about it before. We never really had pro opinions on the show, and now we see the people in pro opinions and other opinions. So we see everybody in the crowd, they're clapping. Obviously we see our main cast, they're good, they're getting emotional again. Basically what I'm trying to get at here is that we had never seen anybody in the within the industry get emotional about the show, and even now that still says true. So it's a good movie, but we don't really ever see anyone get emotional about it except one. There's the person, I think she was an assistant of the director, who's the friend of Kure. She's there, she gets emotional. She's a, and I don't want to be sexist, so I'm not going to say what I was thinking when I read it, but I'm not gonna say it. So yeah, so that happens, and now I'm not sure because for me personally, it's not clear. I don't know if they're the outstanding number one, but they do win some awards. What was it? Best actress, judges special choice, and something else. But regardless of that, winning awards in some categories, that's fine, that's cool. But and now, like I said, wasn't very clear to me. But if they did get number one, I think that's simply because of the rush ending. So I feel like if the series was to go on, like I said previously, they would have lost this, learn from it, make more movies, and go on and to build the show. I mean, not the show, the thing. So that's what I feel like was good. So I feel like if it was number one because of the rush ending, but winning awards, that's cool, that's fine. I can accept that. So part of this chapter is us seeing the credits for the movie of the show, obviously, and within the credits of the movie of the show, Hajime snuck in there the ghostwriter. So Tenmaku was on finally in the credits for something that he's produced, because obviously we know from previous experiences he's just like to keep his name out there. And now again, I feel like that this was added because of the rush ending. Tenmaku in the past had no interest in being in the credits. Like he was just good to write and just get no credit for it. So I feel like if the series was to go on, that this wouldn't have been a thing that would have been here in for the show. And I feel like if it was, no, because because I feel like it wouldn't be there at all actually. And I feel like seeing his name in the credits for the short, that would kind of upset him or like anger him or something. But like I said, I feel like this was all for the rush ending. Also, and now I don't feel like that this was in for the rush ending, but we see like some growth for Hajime, because previously, I think like it was a couple of chapters ago, previously Hajime was asked, after this conversation, like, yo, what are you gonna do? And he didn't have an answer for it. But we see him basically develop that mindset of like, yo, I like making movies. That is something that I'm going to continue to do. Don't feel like that was there for the rush ending, but it was nice to see it. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like that would have happened regardless. I know they've led to like the story continuing, so we could have more movies that would build up the cast till we eventually make the Fang. Similar thing with how we see that whole thing with Korea where Hajime is like, I hope I can work with you again, kind of thing, and she's like, no, 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 I want to be in your next movie. I feel that would have happened anyway, regardless, just to help the story move forward. The whole thing with the mum, though, and she basically accepts that the show was good, and that how next time Hajime should ask, before using her daughter. I feel like that's just an acceptance thing. Just hit her acknowledging his work, Tamaki's work, and yeah, I think that's just all it was. Really, I don't think there was anything more to kind of come of that. And then that's kind of where we get. Yeah, guys, sorry if you didn't know, the series is over, and where they take that picture and then we just have a close off of the capture like, yo, that was 10 years ago, and now so and so has starred in the Fang, kind of thing. So yeah, that's the series. And it's quite unfortunate that it ended but I kind of get it, because this was for the maker of Food Wars. Even though Food Wars didn't have so fighting action, it still had its Food Wars, and those were kind of action packed, and that kind of carried the series forward. So I feel like this didn't have something that would carry the series forward, and that's why it's getting axed. But I still feel like it could have gone on to be not the longest of series, maybe shorter than Food Wars itself, but it could have been good. It could have been good. Like I said, if it went down the path that I think it was going to go on, where we're slowly doing short movies to build the cast of the Fang. And that's what I feel like the mangakas wanted to do with it, but sadly didn't get a chance to do so. So overall, it was a nice slice of life, calm series to read. Not against that, or it's just a shame it couldn't live up to its true potential. So I'm going to close off with giving this chapter a 3-star rating. And like always, guys, I'm asking for like your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.